Hi, welcome to How to Guitar. In this video I will show you how to play all the main guitar parts of the song Day Tripper by the Beatles. The song has 5 sections: intro, verse, chorus, bridge and guitar solo, and I'll show you all the sections note for note. Let's start with the intro. The intro is the main riff of the song played 5 times, and the riff is based on an E7 or E dominant chord. It goes like this. Let me show you that note for note. The riff starts with an open E string, followed by 3rd fret of the E string, played by the middle finger, and the 4th fret of the same string. So then we go to the A string, index finger in the 2nd fret, like this. And then we need to go to the D string, and I use this flattening technique. I flatten my index finger to move to the next string. This is followed by the open D string, the 2nd fret of the A string, index finger, pinky or ring finger in the 4th fret of the D string, and then the riff ends with another 2nd fret of the A string, open D string, 2nd fret of the D string. One more time, really slow. And up to speed. The next section is of course the verse, which starts with the same riff played twice, followed by the same riff started on the A string, like this. So every note is copied just one string lower. That riff is played only once, and then the verse ends with another riff in E7. Here's the complete verse. The next section is the chorus, and it sounds like this. Let's get into more detail with this chorus. It starts with the F sharp power chord on the E string, like this. Index finger on the E string, 2nd fret, pink or ring finger, whatever you prefer, in the 4th fret of the A string. Followed by only the E string, 2nd fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first bar goes like this. You may want to count out loud to get the right amount of notes, like this. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and... I think it's better to count the beat instead of the individual notes, because otherwise you might get lost in the bar. The 2nd bar goes like this. Open E string, 2nd fret of the E string 3 times. And then again the open string, but this time a hammer on to the 2nd fret. Followed very quickly by the open A string. And then 2 more notes in the 2nd fret of the E string. Here's the complete 2nd bar. Up to speed. So let's add those together to get the complete riff. The second riff is almost the same, and throughout this song this riff has many variations, but I'll play the variation that is played in the first chorus. The only difference between this riff and the previous one is that we don't go to the open A string, but instead we play another second fret of the E string. Here it is slow. Power chord in 2, 6 more notes, open E string, 3 times the second fret. Now comes the hammer on, followed by 3 more notes in the second fret of the E string. Here it is really slow. In the second half of the chorus I will use bar chords, but in the recording I believe that this part only plays power chords and that the higher notes come from another guitar track. But we can easily add those together. So here is the first chord, A7, bar in the 5th fret, covering all the strings, middle finger on the G string, 6th fret, ring finger on the 7th fret of the A string. And the strumming pattern goes like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down. This pattern is repeated in the next chord, which is the G sharp 7, the same shape but in the 4th fret. Then we move to the A string. I play this bar chord, index finger on 4 of the A string, and a smaller bar with the index finger in the 6th fret, starting on the D string, then on the G string and the B string. Same strumming pattern. This is a C sharp chord. Then it's repeated in the 2nd fret, which is a B major chord. Let's combine those chords. And now one more time the complete chorus. The next section is the bridge. It sounds the same as the E7 and A7 riff, but now we can't start on an open B string because this one is too high. We need to stay in this octave, so we play it a little differently. In the Day Tripper video we can see George Harrison play this bridge in this 4th position, but I believe in the recording it was played in the 2nd position, because there are some details that you can do in this position. But of course I could be mistaken, but this is what I hear. It starts in the 2nd position with a power chord, index finger in 2 on the A string, pinky or ring finger in 4 on the D string. Then a hammer on from the open D string to the 1st fret. Then we have the same technique that we used earlier, the flattening from your finger, and in this case it's the ring finger in 4 from the D string to the G string, like this. Then I go to the 2nd fret of the G string, back to the D string, 4th fret, 2nd fret of the B string, back to the D string, 4, and then a hammer on from 2 to 4. Here's the complete bridge riff played very slowly. And more up to speed. This riff is played 3 times before it goes into the next section, the guitar solo. The guitar solo sounds like this. Here's the first lick. We start at fret 9 of the D string with the ring finger, which is followed by a very quick slide from 9 to 7 with the index finger, like this. Then back to the D string, and then back to 7 on the G string. The next note is a bend in 9, but it's only a half step. Leave the bend up in the air while you place your pinky on fret 10 on the B string. And then again on the beat, hit the G string and release the bend. Again the first lick. The second lick starts in the 12th position on the B string. Play it twice. Then we have to go to the E string, 10th fret. Back to the B string and back to the E string. Fret 12 on the E string. Then we have to bend this note, but only again a half step. And here's a nice touch. We hit this note again, but up in the air, and then we release it very quickly, like that. And the lick ends with 10 on the E string and 12 on the B string. Here's the complete lick. The last lick of the solo is quite easy. It's a power chord placed on the D string, 9th fret with the index finger, ring finger on the G string, 11, and we need the pinky as well on 12 of the B string. This power chord is played 4 times, but every note is short like this. That's done by lifting the fingers, but not completely from the string, just releasing the pressure of the string. If we combine those 3 licks, we get the complete solo, which sounds like this. There you go, these are all the main guitar parts of the song. The verse and the chorus are repeated a couple of times, and at the end we play the main riff over and over. I hope you thought this video was useful. If you did, please click like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.